It doesn't matter what day it is. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 8 days a week. There's only one thing going on in Cruise Control. That is a lot of breaking news. Come on. The first thing I'll talk about is Heels, because Heels has officially found its way over to Netflix. That's right. The first 2 seasons will debut on September 15th on the streamer. And they're saying right now, the showrunner came forward, Mike O'Malley, and he said, guys, if everybody watches this, if it does well, we'll do more. Now, that's the whole idea. They hope to do more. They want to do a season 3 over there, but who knows actually what will happen. Again, sometimes shows go to Netflix and they die. Other times they're like Manifest, where it's like massive, big increase. Everyone's checking it out and they get more and more episodes. So we'll have to wait and find out where this falls. But Heels is coming to Netflix. And speaking of Heels, over on SEAL Team, they're being called Heels over there because there's a lawsuit going on. And this is interesting to me because, again, this is a conversation that's coming up in Hollywood, which I think is... It's just dumb if you ask me sometimes, but a U.S. district judge actually rejected CBS from throwing this whole case out, but a lawsuit's coming forward from a former writer over there at CBS. He was working on SEAL Team, and he said he was discriminated against because he was white, and that's why he didn't get to keep his job. He was white and he wasn't gay, he said, so that's why he couldn't keep his job. And they were hiring people that were less qualified than him for the job because they weren't white. I mean, this is a big thing that people are talking about in this town. Now, is there any kind of like realism behind this? We don't know. We'll have to wait and find out to see if there is any discrimination coming forward. But the fact that this guy is actually asking for, like, he said in his case, he wants $500,000, and he also wants to become a producer full-time on the show moving forward, which again is a weird money grab thing. That's what you think. You don't ask him for a job. You're looking for become a producer. We'll have to wait and find out. Again, it's a weird lawsuit moving forward, but it was not thrown out right away, so it is going to the court. We'll have to wait and find out. CBS did want it gone, but he actually said due to his race, sex, and heterosexuality, that's why he didn't get to keep his job. So we'll have to wait and find out. We'll have to find out if Mickey gets his case thrown out, because Mickey wants his case thrown out as well, huh? Because Mickey Company has been being sued because, well, it's wrongful deaths being called. So a guy went over to Disney World and he with his wife, and they decided to have dinner. Now, she had really bad allergies, peanut allergies, and they decided to go to a restaurant. This guy, Jeffrey Piccolo, came forward with his wife. They went to this restaurant, and this restaurant was known to be like very, very, like, you know, diligent when it comes to their food allergies, and she's allergic to nuts and dairy at the Ralligan Road Irish Pub. So they went there. They said the allergies moving forward. They left the restaurant. Like a half hour later, she had an allergic shock. They had her EpiPen. They brought it out. They gave it to her, but she still died at the park. So they're actually suing Disney. He's suing Disney over wrongful death. And Disney said, no, you can't sue us because you signed up for Disney Plus. So you can't sue us because in that Disney Plus fine print says you can never actually charge Disney for any kind of lawsuit because you signed our terms and conditions.
In the segment where we have 1 minute to talk about this and everything else. This should have been the court. Cruise court.
You're probably right. You're probably right. You're probably right. Sometimes I mess that up, but I mean,
that's all right.
We'll have more time. We'll talk about this during hot takes. We'll talk about this during hot takes because we got to get into this some more. But I was just
creating, for the record, I've been following.
You've been following it?
Yeah. It's really bad. It's infuriating. I can't believe it.
It's crazy, and it's not they're saying, well, you also went to Epcot Center because when to Epcot Center too, you signed something saying that, of course, you can't sue us. And to me, that's just insane. That's not right. I don't know what these terms and conditions are. Again, you sign your life away a lot of times when you go there. We'll have to wait and find out how it moves forward. But I know Mickey Mouse right now seems like they're kind of winning it right now. So we'll have to find out moving forward if they do end up winning this case or if this guy does get some ramifications. They said, too, that he never signed anything about this and his wife never signed anything about this. So he should be able to sue based on his wife being dead. So we'll have to wait and find out moves forward. We'll talk about this more, of course, as we move forward into the breaking news subject. But, somebody else has a lawsuit, or not lawsuit, but it has some legal trouble, is Katy Perry moving forward because Katy Perry was shooting her music video over in Spain, and she allegedly shot this video in an area for lifetimes, it's called, that's a protected area that has a necessary permit that's needed for her to shoot there. Well, she didn't get the permit apparently. And so the video came out there and Spain's like, what the hell is this? We never got a permit for this. So they're kind of looking into it. There's a big investigation going forward. Now, because they do allow permits in this area, nothing really bad probably will happen besides a citation or something like that. But Katy Perry should know better. Get your receipts in order. Get out there and get your permits. You're Katy Perry doing a music video. Make it happen. Make it happen. That's what I'm saying. Like, how can you not make that happen? I don't know. I feel you could, but maybe the only murders in the building will figure out why this happened. I don't know, because maybe they'll investigate this and figure it out. This is coming back for another season, of course. The trailer came out. And this is funny. I'm looking at this and I'm seeing like who they have, like Eugene Levy on here, Eva Longoria, and you also have like Zach Galifianakis playing these three in real life as they're making a movie or a TV show based off of their podcast. It's funny. It's crazy. But it's coming out in August here. I can't wait to see it. Hopefully it's going to be great. It's a fun show. And this is Steve Martin's last hurrah. So hopefully it doesn't end anytime soon. I don't think The Last of Us will end anytime soon either, because Last of Us is doing so great right now. I don't think it'll end anytime soon, but season 2 has moved forward. The official first trailer came out for season 2. Pedro Pascal's back, Bella Ramsey's back, Gabriel Luna's back, and on top of this, we have Jeffrey Wright, who actually played the voice of video games. They show him in this. We have Isabel Mercado coming in here too, and on top of this, I didn't even know she was in this. Was Catherine O'Hara? I'm like, what? And she's so fucking good. And just that moment, Rachel, that she has in the trailer is amazing. It's just great. It makes me excited about this show. I'm already excited about it as well. I didn't play the games. I hope it's going to be great, and I hope they keep moving forward with this performance and this spectacle of Last of Us, and it does great moving forward. We'll have to see. You never know. They shit the bed sometime season 2, so hopefully not here. Hopefully don't do it this time around. We'll have to wait and find out, because season 2, also season 3 could be bad for a lot of people, but season 3 of Avatar, our same third movie is coming out, and people are talking about Michelle Yeoh being in this, and James Cameron came forward and said, nope, she's not in this. She's not in this one, but she is in 4 and 5. So you're ready. There are 2 more coming after that. So she's got a little bit part. People were saying a little bit part, and he's like, no, he shut it down. He said, that's not happening. Wait for 4 and 5. Then you'll get Michelle Yeoh popping in. And of course, this new movie, the third one, is coming out December 19th, 2025. Oh my God, so many Avatar movies. They're never going to end, Lexi. They're never going to end. We're going to have the...
I don't care. Who cares? Does anybody care?
It feels so late to be doing all this. Like, you didn't capitalize on this when they came out. I genuinely might have cared about the second Avatar if they had brought it out pretty close to the first Avatar. But my God, I could not. They didn't have them care Disney about it. Then.
And that, the Disney money.
They needed that Mickey money.
I barely cared about it when I saw it, but I cared about it because it was James Cameron, and I was so excited about James Cameron at the time, and I was like, he hasn't put out anything in so long other than documentaries, which he makes wonderful documentaries. If anybody wants to watch his documentaries, they're brilliant, by all means. But
he's an explorer.
I mean, yeah, he's good at what he does. But so I was very excited for him to go back to the screen and back to movies, and I was like, he's one of the best filmmakers ever. Like him and Spielberg are 2 of the best. So I was like, I really wanted to see what he could do, and that's not the best you can do. And the fact that you think that's the best you can do is really disappointing to me, because I'm like, I know you can do better. And I really felt like it really recycled so much of the set pieces from Aliens. It recycled so many pieces from other things that he's done. I just felt like it was so uncreative.
And Ferngully. Yeah. Come on. We can't forget about the Great Tree.
It's Space Pocahontas.
Responsibility. What's better than recycling?
It's Space Pocahontas. That's all it is.
Yep.
But I mean, I don't think it was that. But there wasn't anything about it that you could do Space Pocahontas, and you could do it really beautifully and brilliantly, and it could be really deep. And I mean, we've seen Last of the Mohicans. That's a beautiful film. We've seen Dances with Wolves. Dances with Wolves is a good movie. I mean, there's a way to do these kind of movies and do them well. There's possibility there. There's one point I'm watching it and I'm like, I forgot I was watching a live action film. It's like, we're supposed to pretend it's a live action movie. It's not. It's an animated film.
So much
it's an animated.
That much CG isn't. Stop calling it live action.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
that's like calling The Lion King a live action Lion King. I'm like, no, it's photorealistic Lion King. I mean, and it's photorealistic sequels coming out soon, or is that a prequel? I'm so sorry.
It's a prequel now. It's about Mufasa and his dancing with Scar when they're baby cubs. And
they're gonna try to make us think that Scar is some sort of wronged party.
Yeah, they probably are. They probably will.
And everybody says the right to be an asshole.
I'm going to say it. Fuck Scar. Anyways, fuck Scar.
A lot of people want to.
A lot of people do. Yep, he's got that sexy lion voice, I guess. That just encouraged them to take him to the sack.
Kovu unnecessarily sexy in Lion King 2. I'm just going to put that there.
But some people find this man sexy. As some people do is Spielberg. Maybe no, maybe not. But Spielberg's next movie is coming out, everybody, and he's been talking about this for a long time. I mean, it was May we heard about Emily Blunt being in it, and now they've announced that Colin Firth is coming on to star in this project as well. Now, no details. I hate when they do this shit. They're like, right? I know, right? He's still kicking ass though. That staircase show he did was great, and Spielberg looks the same. He always looks the same. I don't know why he's got the ET money that just keeps him like looking like genuflecting happiness on his face. I don't know, but there's no. It's called Good Doctor, you're right, but there's no details about this. There's no title. There's nothing. Universal is moving forward with this. And I'm like, why don't we put this out without information? But it happens all the time. This movie, we have a release date, May 15th, 2026. Summer Tentpole, they're calling it. I got Deadpool in my head. Tentpole, they're calling it. We'll have to wait and find out if that's going to be good. But something that maybe he could have directed, I think, would be The Day the Clown Cried. Now, this is a project that's been kind of lost to film history for a long time. Now, Jerry Lewis wanted to make this his big rise into like being a dramatic actor. People were saying they were saying
I know this movie.
You probably heard of it.
Talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
You probably heard of this. Lexi, yeah. I mean, this is one of those things that I heard about, though, that it's been resurrected now. It's coming back. And I was shocked because this was kind of almost all shot and done in the can, and then it was scrapped because, again, they were saying he was leaning into some really bad territory. Now, the plot itself, he changed the whole plot of the whole thing. So the original script, he made it his own thing. He got in there. He rewrote a bunch of stuff. It's supposed to be his directorial debut. He's supposed to get in there actually acting. He's going to win his Oscar for it, but it's about the Holocaust. And if you're wondering what this is about, and overall, the whole premise is, okay, so he's a guy that's playing a clown. So he's a clown his whole life. And he goes there. His character's named Helmut Dork. And he's a failing German circus clown. And he gets actually kidnapped by the German Reich because he's in a bar. And he's making fun of Hitler in this bar. And he gets kidnapped and he gets sent to a concentration camp. And in that concentration camp, there's all these children. And he's trying to take care of the children. But he ends up getting the children to go to Auschwitz and be killed, and he sacrifices his life and their life together, and they all die at the end of the movie. Yeah. Oof. So that didn't float too well with the studios after all the fact. I don't know how it even got greenlit to actually get shot at all, but they shot most of the movie. They didn't finish it. They shot most of the movie. But now, one of the original people involved is coming back into this. There's a new studio coming on board trying to make this, trying to revive this by K-Jam Media and Kia Jam, and he said that he's thrown the whole script of Jerry Lewis's. They're redoing it, and it's a beautiful story that he wants to tell about the Holocaust. And
this is brilliant.
It sounds
here for it.
I'm so fascinating. It's one of these ideas.
The beautiful one of them, Lexi.
I think Spielberg will kill it.
The guy was a dirtbag.
He'd be great.
Oh, Jerry Lewis was a piece of shit.
He was making fun of Hitler because he thought he could be funny.
Yeah.
He was a washed-up clown who wasn't making any money. And then he tried to entertain and lead kids into the gas chamber. Yeah, that's a real nice guy.
Yeah.
Guy's a dirtbag, but Jerry was trying to change it, and make it more palatable. But they didn't like Jerry as a serious actor. It
sounds like a story you have to handle very delicately.
Well put.
Yeah,
but Jerry was a comedic actor, and that's all they saw him as.
GR is like passionate about this one. There's a lot of passionate projects in the breaking news today. I didn't realize it when I was building it. But yeah, this is, I mean, I heard about this. I was just shocked that this is like one of those things, again, lost to film history in a lot of ways. And now it's being like, again, calling it resurrection, of course, and bringing it back to the screen in a lot of ways. But they're looking for funding. The studio's involved, and they are moving forward with a new script.
Kind of like Alien.
If only we were doing a featured story.
The whole show, everything's going to be Alien.
It's all going to be Alien, a lot of Alien. And again, shout out to you, 167 people out there in the chat. Appreciate you. Whatever Rumbleverse, Instagram universe, Facebook, or YouTube algorithm you're at, thank you for being here. Also, thank you for making a Boy George biopic. Come on, why not? Boy George changed in a lot of ways. And they're finally TriStar. TriStar's still around, by the way. I didn't even know. I mean, I see the like unicorn like floating through the air with its wings of glory. I'm like, I thought it was gone back in the 90s, but TriStar is making this, and J.C. Lee is writing the screenplay right now, and of course, he's basing it on a lot of his early days days of Boy George. And then, Boy George, again, 100 million singles, over 50 million albums, like quite the career, quite a monumental career, but it's going to follow Boy George's autobiographies, Take It Like a Man Straight, and Carmine.
Timothy Charlemagne.
You know what?
Who else?
And follow his early days from Culture Club. Yeah, who else could play this, right? Let's throw him in there. Maybe get him in there, and he can be anybody. He's Bob Dylan now, right? He can be anybody.
Bob Dylan.
Oh my god!
I honestly think that was great casting.
I was going to say
good
casting on that. He looks great. It looks like he's going to kill that role, and I'm like,
he sounds great too.
I know he's going to kill it. I'm like, so tired of Charlemagne though.
I know he's everywhere.
I mean, there's a point where you got to look and you got to say, like, at what point are you like, he's not exceptional enough to stand out and sit here and say, like, wow, like, he's just not like a Val Kilmer or like
he's good for a really specific type of role.
Iron Man. I can't think of the actor who plays Iron Man.
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. Like, those kind of like character actors and stuff where they're just like so brilliant at like what they did. You know what I mean? Like, even like Brad Pitt back in the day had some like real brilliant character roles when he wanted to be. Like, he's Brad Pitt most of the time.
He's no Jeff Goldblum.
I mean, even George Clooney is like, more capable in a lot of ways sometimes. I don't know. I feel like when you're looking for an everyman, that he's also not capable of the everyman roles either. You know what I mean? Like, he's too pretty for those everyman kind of roles. So it's like, what are you doing with him? He's not really like a great character actor. He's too pretty for the everyman roles. I think he's going to kill it with this Bob Dylan role, but like, I don't know what else to do with him. I don't know why we're putting him in everything. I feel like there's too much riding on his shoulders.
Young male actors out there.
He's no Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson's a way better actor in every conceivable way. I don't know why we're not putting more on him. Pattinson still has plenty of life in him, but he's got more life left in him for sure. Like, there's plenty more we can still do with him. Don't say we can't.
Different role.
But I mean, like, there's a lot more potential to do things with Pattinson, and we're just not doing anything with him. Pattinson had to go over to indie film and shit to get any kind of work anymore after fucking
hopefully better.
Bad for him with Twilight. Twilight really killed his career in a lot of ways. Batman should have brought him back from the hot, but Batman went bad, so Batman didn't help his career. You know what I mean?
No, it didn't help him at all. And then
more smaller.
He Batman too.
He's been doing stuff.
Batman should have helped him. Batman should have been a thing that really pulled him up, because if Batman either makes you or breaks you. It's one of those things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're either a king or you're a you're a no one. So you don't want to be a Clooney in that sake. Nobody wants bad nipples. Nobody wants that.
No, nobody wants the bad nipples. We got a lot to talk about Clooney tonight too. Yeah, bad nipples. Nobody wants that. And apparently nobody wanted to see Horizon either, because Horizon bombed over in the studio. I mean, GR saw it. Well, GR will probably defend this movie maybe, but it bombed. But it's finally getting a home over there on Max, which we thought like it may go to Netflix. That was a whole thing going forward. I mean, again, didn't do that well. You would expect it to do well. Again, Kevin Costner put all this money into it. He crowdsourced the hell out to make these movies. He did 2 of them back to back. Supposed to do more on top of that, and then they pulled the second one. But Netflix was talking about buying this all and resurrecting the whole franchise. But now it's going to Max. Maybe WB will. Maybe he figured it out. Hopefully he did. And hopefully someone figures out how to fix Harold and the Purple Crayon. Because again, this movie came out, and I know Lexi wants to talk about that too, so I threw it in here. This movie came out August 2nd. And it only made $20 million. Not a $40 million budget.
That's honestly shocking to be that much.
I know. But the funny thing is,
Ryan, it made the whole $9 million.
Right? 25% Rotten Tomatoes for the critics, but 95% for the audience. The audience loved this apparently. So just people just didn't know about it. Again, advertising is a big deal in this town, and I just don't think there was enough people that knew this was coming out. As Lexi talked about earlier this week.
I've seen no advertising for this. I didn't know this was happening. I didn't know this was coming. I told Rachel a wonderful story about this book from my childhood. So if anybody would have known it, like been even remotely excited about this, I would have. Because I
never saw one commercial for it.
No, nothing. I didn't even know about this.
A few weeks ago, and I went, "Why are they doing this?"
I heard about this because YouTubers were talking about how this movie was bombing. And I was like, there's a Harold and the Purple Crayon movie. And I was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, no, there can't be. And then I thought maybe it was like a straight to video thing, or maybe it was even a religious thing or something like that. Because like, seriously, like I was like, there's no way like this exists that I couldn't have heard about this. Like, there's no way I wouldn't have heard about this, because that's like, I was like such a big fan of this when I was a kid, right? And like,
I heard them talking about it before it was out, but never heard one commercial.
Well, yeah,
they didn't advertise. They didn't pay for it.
But then also, I told him I didn't know there was a Borderlands movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how was there no proper advertising for that either? You know, like, I don't want to sound like an old man here kind of thing, but there's no billboards and there's no advertising on anything around cities anymore. I live in Denver.
No buses.
Like, I get it. Yeah, like, I mean, like, I know
Bus
that
stops,
the internet exists. I know that people like are online more, but people still walk around and exist in the world. The people still go into malls, and these places exist, right? Like, there's digital billboards. There's still places that you can put advertising. Advertising should exist out in the world. I never see movie advertising. I saw no advertising for Borderlands. Borderlands is one of the biggest game series out there. The fact that you made a movie and didn't put advertise the movie. I saw advertisements for the games themselves out in the world before I saw advertisements for the film. Like, I see more advertising for video games than I do for films.
Jamie Lee Curtis in it.
It had Jack Black.
Jack Black, yeah.
I mean, the casting on it was incredible. And, like, the Harold and the Purple Crayon movie didn't have a small casting on it either. I mean, there's some fairly big names in that one, too.
Yeah, Zachary Levi, Zoe Deschanel, you know?
I mean, I know that the people are mad at the guy who played...
Zachary Levi, because of everything he was saying leading up into the press for Shazam 2. So he kind of shot himself in the foot a little bit.
He may have been bad press for this film, too.
Okay, but it's summer and kids are off of school, and there are plenty of little littles that but there are plenty of littles that want that. You know what I mean? It's Harold and the Purple Crayon is a little kid's book. It's about a baby.
The trailer we saw was not too bad.
It was, the trailer looked good. The Borderlands trailer looked good too. We played them on the show. We were talking about it. It looked pretty good, but it's just like, it came out, it was just like, nobody's talking about it. It's just sad because they spent a lot of time and money again into these productions. And like, there's kids that probably love this, and it's here and gone. And it's like, what do you do?
And then it's going to come out on a streaming service, and then a bunch of adults are going to put it on for their kids in the background, and then it's going to become some beloved kids thing in the background. You know what I mean? That's how this shit always works. Like, there's all these... That's exactly how this happens. I know so many movies that kids
20 years from now, they'll make a remake.
Economy right now. Like, I know everything comes back around to the economy, but like, how many families can really afford to take their little children out to the movies when they know that it's just going to come to streaming in a few weeks anyway?
That's happening more and more. This was killing the theaters. It's killing the theaters. And they release them fast. Especially to see a bomb. Oh, bombed, it'll be here in a month. But a lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pepestar needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.
Control.